How's everybody doing? Steven Rosenberg here with Influencer Media Alliance and Brandon with Black Hat Consulting. We are going to talk about some tips for sellers today, and I think you will think it is very useful and valuable.
Yeah, so when there's a lot of black eyes that the investment community has gotten from people not working within the reputably in the industry.
Yeah.
So we wanted to just spend a little time to make sure that if you're working with these people that they're the right people that you're working with, because there are a lot of good people that are doing things helping people in this community, and it's we just want to make sure that people aren't getting taken advantage of.
Right, because there's also a lot of not so good people
working
in this.
So one of the things that I've noticed is that the person that's coming in as the investor has a higher degree of knowledge about real estate, and they can they know how these deals work, and they've done deals and things like that. But make sure that they're not forcing you down a path. Ask a lot of questions and make sure they're giving you answers to your questions, because if they're not answering those questions, they may have there may be something that they're not telling you.
Interesting.
And I've seen it, people try to force contracts on people that weren't the right contracts.
Really?
Yeah.
Like, can you give an example?
Somebody was trying to do a sub-2 deal, and basically...
And for anyone that doesn't know what a sub-2 is?
It's kind of like a mortgage assumption. So, basically they were going to take over the mortgage and, had done all the paperwork. I've seen two problems with that, actually. One is sometimes they don't give you a promissory note. If you don't have a promissory note and you sell that property to them, it's very hard to foreclose on them if they quit making the payments on your behalf.
Right.
Because they're supposed to be making your mortgage payment when
right.
you assume that. So, but that's a deal that can be very valuable and very helpful to the right person. And, they wouldn't be able to, maybe get out of foreclosure otherwise. So it's a very valuable resource, but you just have to make sure that you're working with somebody who's done those deals before, has a reputable client, past clients that they dealt with, and that they know what they're doing.
Okay.
I also saw on a similar deal that was a sub-2 as well. A gentleman came in, assumed the mortgage, supposedly. Then he basically brought in a renter and had to make a huge down payment, for deposit, first month's rent, and all that stuff, and disappeared. Never took over the mortgage.
Really?
So the seller was in the middle of trying to evict somebody from a property that had not been taken over. And with rental laws in Texas, it's hard to get an eviction when the person paid, because the person did pay someone.
Squatter rights? Is that right? Or is that different?
No, that can come into play as well.
Okay.
But the person had paid their rent.
Right.
Supposedly
they didn't know anything.
Right. So it was a bad situation for the seller, a bad situation for the renter. The mortgage hadn't been assumed, and the guy vanished.
So what can people out there do to make sure that doesn't happen?
Right. So the key things you want to do is check on the person. Look at the Better Business Bureau. Look at any references they have. See how many deals they've closed. You can find out a lot of information on public records if people have owned properties, and if they do deals and they sell properties. That can be found in just by public searches. So do your due diligence on the seller.
Yeah, we're going to give you a very valuable website. I want everyone to get their pen and paper out. I'm not sure if you've heard it. It's google.com. It has a lot of answers to anything that you want to know. It's a brand new website. Don't know if you've heard of it.
Yeah, you can find amazing things out about some of these investors by just querying. Yeah,
it's pretty crazy. Yeah.
So, but that's one of the biggest problems is there's these tools and these people come in with all this extra knowledge, and they just they're abusing the opportunity that somebody's given them. So we just want to help people look at the other side of the transaction and make sure that they're dealing with the reputable people, and try to keep make sure that people are getting the help they need.
Absolutely. Thank you so much for being on. Thank you for giving some valuable insight to people. And why don't you tell people how they can find you online?
Yep, you can reach me via email at brandon@blackhatci, that's the letter C, letter I.com. Or you can also call me at 512-233-6650.
Thanks so much.
Thank you.